This is the JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe.
PC2, cops in South Carolina caught someone's pet kangaroo that got loose over the weekend. One of those states where you can have a kangaroo.
Boo, boo.
It's so weird.
Emotional pet kangaroo.
It's so weird. They posted a video after they got a leash on it. Kangaroos will F you up. Here's the kangaroo's owner, Lindsay Richardson, explaining what happened.
We hear a knock on our door. It was our neighbor. Homeboy said he was just sitting in his barn outside, minding his own business, and a kangaroo comes hopping up to his barn. Luckily, he knew exactly whose it was. So I take my happy behind up there, sit there and chased him down for like 30 minutes, maybe. 6 police cars up here. And I'm out there in my silk pink pajama pants and camouflage shirt wrangling a kangaroo. One of the cops was like, well, how'd he get out? I said, my goat. And he said, no, the kangaroo. I said, my goat. My goat unlatched the gate.
The goat let the kangaroo out.
She's like the female Tiger King.
Pretty cool.
Except for kangaroos.
South Carolina, Wisconsin, and West Virginia, you can own a kangaroo.
I'd watch 30 minutes of her chasing a kangaroo around in pajamas.
Same. Same. Leave it to the goat to cause all the trouble. Goats are very troublesome. It's absurd, isn't it?
More important news.
More important news.
Super absurd.
Exotic animal trafficking. News headlines at 11.
I don't know if it's a rescue kangaroo or what the sitch is.
I always, whenever I see a kangaroo on YouTube, it's always choking something or kicking something or punching something.
Yeah, they'll go after your dogs.
Yeah, they hate dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Maybe it's a service kangaroo and you should take it grocery shopping with you.
Yeah, like I know. The one in Beaver Dam, yeah.
You know what I take for emotional grocery shopping? A bottle of Screwball.
I was going to say a lorazepam.
Then I'm fine.
Here's my emotional support, Xanax.
I start out at the Piggly Wiggly and then up at the Popeye's Chicken in the parking lot. I don't know how that... It's a strange day. Popeye's Chicken on Odana Road. What up?
Dude, you are so excited about that.
I know. I didn't go yesterday. It was good, but I think today's my day.
Yeah.
I'll do some video over there.
Okay.
Of me eating Popeye's chicken.
Okay.
Whatever. I'll be on kangaroo watch at the Popeyes.
Go feed the seagulls?
I might. Sure. Somebody has to. No, yeah. So what is the, how does one obtain a kangaroo?
I don't know. Let's look.
And then of course, you lose a kangaroo.
They do. No, you can own one in Florida too. You just have to have a.
Do we have kangaroo
permit.
Burgers? Do we eat them? I don't even. Do we raise them for food?
Look, I could just buy a kangaroo.
Kangaroo for sale. Low miles.
I shouldn't be able to just buy a kangaroo. This is terrible. Oh, here's an intact male. What could go wrong? He's big and ornery. Great.
Well, big and ornery.
What could go wrong?
That's why you left men in the first place, isn't it? They're big and mean and ornery.
He will have to be sedated and transported at your expense.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks pissed off.
I don't know if we should be able to own roos.
No.
I don't know if that's a good idea. What's the difference between a wallaby and a kangaroo? The wallaby.
They're two totally different animals.
Well, you don't have to make it so obvious. Jeez. Is a wallaby like a giant groundhog? I don't remember.
No. It's.
I know they're not free range.
They're small.
Oh, okay.
They're small.
Yeah. It's a marsupial.
9.2 pounds.
Kangaroos can be like 200 pounds, right?
Yeah.
They're gigantic.
I cannot believe I can just go and buy a effing kangaroo.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. You can't keep that thing on a leash. It's like you might as well have a velociraptor.
It's going to take like some sort of kangaroo attack. For real.
Right.
They can be so mean.
Right.
They can be so mean. A friend of a friend took in a kangaroo that somebody had that they were not equipped to deal with.
Yeah.
And she had it for a couple years. And all it took was one day. She had turned her back to it, and it was the wrong time, wrong place. I don't know what happened that set that thing off.
Put you in a headlock.
But that Roo beat the snot out of her, man, and she got out of that cage, and he had ripped her up, dude, pretty bad. So, they're strong and mean.
So don't buy a kangaroo?
No! Everybody thinks they're so cute and everything. It's
I
terrible.
don't want to have a pet that I have to carry around a tranquilizer pistol. I'd rather. It's like having a python in my house. I'd just rather not. But that's me. Well, whatever.
Yeah, I suppose it's like.
Would it be weird and ironic if I took my kangaroo to Outback Steakhouse?
With a taser?
That like rain on the wedding day or what?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I don't either.
I would be mad. I'd be like, I'm trying to have a semi-nice dinner, and this asshole's got his kangaroo in here.
And what do they do? Bleat or do they howl like a? I don't even know the noise they make.
Okay, hold on.
I don't think I've ever seen.
They make loud coughing growls.
Okay.
Or barking.
Have you ever
calls,
seen a kangaroo?
Often when fighting over females.
Have you ever seen a kangaroo in person? I'm trying to think if I have. I don't think I have.
Like in a zoo?
Do we have one in Madison? No, I don't think so.
I think they have one at the Minocqua Zoo.
We have camels
up north.
at the Minocqua Zoo.
They have a ton of animals up
Why
there.
the hell would there be one in Minocqua?
They have a humongous zoo up there.
Really?
Huge.
I did not know that.
Absolutely
did
huge.
not know that.
And they even have a
Really?
Yeah, they have a old unused golf course area that they have like an open safari area too. It's
like Tim Bavardi up in the Dells. I like
It's
it.
huge.
I bet they have one at Tim Bavardi up in the Dells.
I know at the Denver Zoo I saw a kangaroo.
Somebody help me. I've never been to Tim Bavardi. Is that worth it? Have you been through Tim Bavardi? It used to be the old coaster park. Why am I forgetting the name of it?
I have not been.
It looks like fun. It's always packed.
What's this?
There'd be a roo in there somewhere.
I think Hell's Kitchen in the Twin Cities used to serve kangaroo steaks.
There we go. That's my question. Do we eat those things?
Why not?
What else are they good for?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm sure some are.
Minocqua Zoo.
Minocqua Zoo.
Minocqua Zoo.
Oh, yeah, look at that thing.
Let's see. Oh, my God.
And then it killed four
Took my
people after
grandson
that.
there. Took my grandson there last summer.
Why is it covered in blood? Something happened. Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, let me see. Let's see if anybody had a game feed with kangaroo.
What's that?
Nothing. What's going on?
Yeah, Timbervati. Yeah, it's nothing like a normal zoo. It's tiny.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it's much tiny.
Oh no,
Yeah.
much tiny. Okay, nice. What was in there that you thought? Oh, well, there's something neat.
They got spider monkeys in there next to the Goody Goody Gumdrop. I worked outside the Goody Goody Gumdrop for probably about 4 months.
I love spider
I got
monkeys.
to see them every morning. It was awesome.
You know what
But
I
yeah,
like?
They got a lot of animals there.
You know what I like most around the holidays?
Yeah.
Chilled monkey brain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Jesus. What's happening around here?
Are those kangaroo noises?
Oh, that was the
Well, hold that up.
howler monkeys.
Oh, the howler monkeys.
Yeah.
He sounds like a zoo in here.
Anyways.
That's funny.
I don't know why people have the desire to own these things.
Well, they
Let's go
always
see
seem
them.
to be. The only time I hear about kangaroos is when they're on the loose or trying to kill something.
Right. It's never like a person's blind guide
Right. It's not like
kangaroo
a lap-
saved the day.
Right. Not a lap.
You know?
Lap cat.
Thank God my kangaroo saved my life. That's never a story. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
so I don't know. Whatever.
What's a joey? Is that a nickname or an actual animal?
It's a baby kangaroo.
Oh, that's a baby kangaroo.
Yeah.
All right. I forgot about that. I just, you got to remember all the things about animals you forget.
Yeah.
You know,
Like learning that a lamb is a baby sheep.
I remember I saw a video of a guy saving his dog from a kangaroo.
Yeah.
And he had to box the kangaroo.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Right.
It was
And
like
he put his life on the line.
Yeah, and that thing was standing on its back feet like some crazy freaking wolf come to life.
Right.
I mean, it was crazy, dude.
Totally.
That thing was on its hind legs.
Oh, yeah, man. Standing tall.
Ready to rip your head off.
Totally.
But anyways, he boxed it. He punched the kangaroo.
Yep, and he like stunned him.
Yeah, he stunned him and then ran away. Got the dog out.
Totally.
And that kangaroo took the punch.
Yeah.
He stood there. He was stunned, but he's like, this is the first time anybody actually got a punch in.
Yeah.
What
totally.
is that? You know, like Drago and Rocky the first time he got hit. He's like, oh, man, that dude can hit. It's Rocky Balboa can hit.
Holy crap. Okay, so don't go on Marketplace and buy a kangaroo, I guess is what I'm saying.
Unbelievable.
Dumbing down your smartphone. One podcast at a time. Listen, rate, and subscribe to the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
Timeshares.
Timeshare.
No. Have you sat through a timeshare
Yeah.
meeting before?
I'm trying to remember if we were on what the hell were we? Oh, my God, it was so long ago. I think I was on it at a resort. It was like 20 years ago. I barely remember it. I remember it being very long, but we got a meal out of it. I was happy about that.
Yeah, I remember doing it too.
They roofied us, bought a steak, and made us sign some document.
Yeah, we sat through a whole thing. It was really good lemonade.
Didn't you do it in Vegas or something
Yeah.
for tickets to a show?
Yeah, we got tickets to a Cirque du Soleil show.
Totally worth it.
Yeah, and free tablets. 2 free tablets.
Dude.
I know. Pretty rad.
And you have to act like semi-interested. Ask a couple of questions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They'll give you everything.
We got all the way to the paperwork signing. Signed the paperwork, and then we canceled the next morning.
Oh, really? Oh, you actually signed?
Yeah. And then you just cancel the next day.
So you have like a grace period or
You have
something?
72 hours.
In case you're drunk in Vegas. That's perfect.
I got all the free gifts.
That's really funny.
Anyway, PC2, I'm going to roll some local news footage for this. So there's a couple people from Michigan.
By the way, I'm Chuck Liddell. I'll come over with a baseball bat and I'll break their kneecaps if they don't tear up timeshare document on a grace period going by. I'll take a kneecap out. Love that dude.
Couple from Michigan stuck in a Mexican jail over a dispute about a timeshare. And so it looks like the Palace Resorts is the company. It's based in Florida that owns a lot of different timeshares in Mexico and wherever else. And so the girl that the reporter's going to be talking to is the daughter of the parents that are stuck in the Mexican jail. Okay? So here, let's get to it.
Is this whole thing a timeshare dispute?
Correct.
Lindsay
Turn it up
Lemke's
a little
parents
bit.
had a membership with the Palace Resorts, a company based in Florida that owns a number of resorts and timeshares in Mexico. But Lindsay says the Palace Resorts breached the contract.
Correct. They even hired a lawyer previously to help with this situation to make sure they handled things correctly.
Contract was for about $117,000, but it was over a year ago. No dispute, they thought. So your parents decided they wanted to go to Cancun, and what happened when they got off the plane?
They went through customs and they were detained and arrested in the Cancun airport.
Mexican officials claimed that there were outstanding charges of criminal fraud and sent them straight to jail. That was 21 days ago.
She's very confused. She cries a lot. She is scared. She's unaware of the amount of corruption that is going on with this case. She is upset because she can't see her husband.
Her husband is Lindsay's stepfather, 60 years old, Paul Akeo, a 21-year veteran of the U.S. Navy and currently works for the Michigan State Police.
Our country is allowing 2 U.S. citizens to sit in prison over a timeshare dispute in Mexico.
They cried out for help and nothing happened.
Lindsay Lemke, you may recall that name. She was the two-time national champion gymnast at Michigan State and a survivor of Dr. Larry Nassar.
Right?
Now, she just wants her parents home.
We need help from our government. We need them to realize there are 2 innocent Americans being held hostage in a Mexican prison over a timeshare dispute. And by them not acting and doing anything about it, they are allowing Mexico to do that.
All right, a couple things. I did reach out to the resorts people, the resorts, Palace Resorts, and we are still waiting for a response. And when we get that, we'll put it on our website, fox2detroit.com. The other thing, the last hearing, it was determined that the Palace Company would be given 6 more months to gather evidence, which means that Lindsay's parents will stay in a Mexican jail for 6 more months, minimum. There's no trial date set, and that's where we are. Now, this is if this is the United States, what I'm familiar with, on a dispute, I don't care how much it is, 99% of the time, it's a civil case. You don't go to jail, it's money. And this case, according to the people that I talked to, this was done. It's a dispute over timeshare. That's it. Breach of contract. You don't go to jail. Mexico, little different story. They're in jail.
Dude, that's wild.
I've never heard anything like that.
That is so wild.
Wow. And this was all about disputed payment. So they hadn't paid. They needed to pay when they got there, or they weren't paid up?
So that is not clear. So
Who cares?
there was a
Who cares? That's
right.
a timeshare.
And apparently that they thought it was all solved.
Wow.
And it was about $117,000.
Yeah.
It was over a year ago. It was supposedly all settled.
Yeah.
They didn't think there was any dispute yet. They thought it was all done and over.
I wonder if they were making payments and a payment didn't go through, or I wonder if they had to pay the whole thing up front.
So, right.
What?
So, customs officials claim they had outstanding charges of criminal fraud.
Dude, that's like $10,000 a month for a timeshare. We have friends trying to get out of a timeshare because all their dates are blocked out.
So, but they were accusing the Palace Resorts of breaching the contract.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
So, that I'm not sure where the timeshare dispute, who started the timeshare dispute.
And maybe they were going to straighten it out down there.
And so, but they thought it already was straightened out over a year ago.
And
they thought it was already resolved.
You're tackled right at customs.
Totally. So the resorts, were they accusing the Lemkes of fraud in Mexico? And so then when they came through to customs, their names came up and were flagged.
It's kind of a setup. It's like, well, why don't you come down? We'll work this out like grown men. You know what I'm saying? We'll work this out.
And now they're going to sit in prison for 6 months.
Wow. Yeah, they would have never stepped foot in Mexico if they would have been told any of this stuff.
Right.
Hey, you know what we do to timeshare cheats down here? We chop your hands off.
Isn't that crazy?
I have never heard of a thing like that. Who's running that? The cocaine cartel?
I don't know. And he's a cop and a veteran, and oh my God, dude, I'm like,
we're gonna have to send in SEAL Team 6 and Chuck Liddell or whatever is timeshare.
The timeshare knee cracker. Yeah. Dude.
Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
I want to know more about what was the dispute about.
You can't scream diplomatic immunity when you're in a Mexican jail.
Dude.
That's not how it goes in the movies. It's not real life.
So if they already lawyered up, I mean, what else are you going to do? And like she said, there's, I mean, the massive amount of corruption in that whole.
Yeah, there's something got lost in the paperwork. They signed a contract. So their card gets charged for God knows how many months. They go to the resort. They're either recharged or they denied another charge that they thought they had paid. It sounds like a big misunderstanding.
Right. I mean, $117,000 misunderstanding.
I mean, how many?
Settled a year ago.
Let's look at your credit card charges. How many charges do you have on there from what's the name of the resort?
And why is the resort accusing them of fraud? What is that? Criminal fraud.
He had an old used marijuana pipe in his luggage.
Oh no, dude.
Oh yeah.
Not again.
I mean, timeshare people aren't exactly cocaine trafficker people. They're usually just schmucks trying to go down and get their 2 weeks worth.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know. Oh, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Never heard of such a thing.
So,
in jail? A resort can put you in jail?
Yeah. Criminal fraud charges.
Insanity.
What is that about?
With just a credit card dispute, you're in jail. Man, Mexico's cray-cray.
How scary is that?
Yeah. Wonder if they let them talk to their lawyers?
I would think, I don't know.
You think, have you ever been in a Mexican jail? Anybody?
I've never been to Mexico.
I don't even know. You've never been to Mexico?
No.
Oh, that's strange.
Yeah, right. I know.
But I would imagine everything's corrupt down there with jails.
Right, that's what I'm saying,
I'm
too.
sure it's just a hot mess.
That's what I'm saying, too.
Yeah.
So, holy guacamole.
That's why we didn't want to go. You know, we canceled at the beginning of COVID. We had was that Dominican? We had a trip planned, but I think that at that time the deal was if they tested you for COVID, you couldn't leave.
Right.
And we're like, there is no way in hell we are getting stuck in a Mexican hospital or hotel or airport because they take you off the resort.
Right.
We were told that. So, wow. That's scary. Yeah, and then you're separated. God knows what's happening to who. Oh, boy. You got to pay the bribes down there, dude. You got to pay up. You got to grease a couple of palms down there. That's the scariest thing I've ever heard. Scariest story ever. Scariest story ever. Totally ever on the radio.
It makes me very wary of timeshares in Mexico.
Yeah, we have friends that their blackout times are always happening.
Right. They're like, oh, no, not this weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're getting out of theirs as well. I think that's a pretty big budding industry, the timeshare cancellation business. Hi, it's Chuck.
I'm going to break some knees.
I'm the scariest man. I'm Chuck Liddell from Michigan. I'm known as the scariest man in Mexico. Oh. Uh-oh, Chuck's coming. Chuck rented a moped. He's coming over to the jail with a baseball bat.
And I mean, think about it. I mean, they're not super old people, but they're older people. Do they have medications that they need?
Yeah, well, there you go.
You know?
Yeah.
How healthy are they going to be after 6 months in a Mexican prison?
Mm-hmm. Boy, I don't know. There's somebody's not happy somewhere about something. Or they're just trying to soak them for more money before they let them go. And maybe in some fine print on the timeshare document that they didn't read, and who does? There you go.
Yeah, I mean, has she? I'm assuming she tried to.
Why do you want to stay in the same place every time? Go somewhere different, man. And I know that's what a timeshare does, but I'm just saying. If you go to a timeshare, I don't know. I'd rather pick and choose my vacations.
I'm assuming she got a hold of the embassy.
I hope so. I like to read a timeshare agreement. Did you get into the weeds in your timeshare?
There were several places you could go in the timeshare. They had the Dells. They had all over Florida. I can't remember everywhere. It was so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas. Yada yada. But I'm curious to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, you'd think depending on what side of the aisle they vote, maybe they can get some government help.
Lindsay better be putting on a red hat there.
I see you voted for Hillary Clinton. We won't be helping you this month.
Shut up.
You can learn a lot listening to podcasts.
Did you know that the hottest chili pepper in the world is so hot it could kill you?
Or you can listen to this one.
Bears can smell your menstruation.
I can smell your menstruation.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast. Johnny and Dee, nowhere but JJO.
All right, now imagine, if you will, that You are going to be flying overseas. You get to the airport early. You take a poop.
Oh, yeah.
You make your flight. And then this happens.
Did we skip the bar?
United Airlines flight from L.A. to Shanghai had to turn around over the Pacific on Saturday because a pilot forgot his passport. It was already set to be a 14-hour flight. They turned around about an hour and 45 minutes in and then landed in San Francisco to swap out the crew. They got to San Francisco about 3 hours after taking off from L.A. Passengers were told there had been a crew-related issue, but didn't hear about the passport thing until later. They waited around 5 hours before finally taking off again.
I think they give the pilot a little clearance.
Yeah.
You know, on something like that. Little leeway.
You'd think.
Not a little runway, but a little leeway.
They ended up landing in Shanghai about 6 hours late.
Oh, welcome to Shanghai.
What do you get when you end up in Shanghai 6 hours late?
Colonoscopy.
You get a $15 meal voucher from United Airlines.
Can I have that in booze? Can I transfer that to the booze cart lady? Nope. Okay.
Dude.
I'll have the bologna.
You
Thanks.
son of a bitch.
Oh, man.
All right, here we go. Pilot forced to make an emergency landing on a flight from Kansas City to Phoenix recently. A passenger wouldn't stop flicking his lighter.
Yeah, this little jerk. I saw the video of this guy. What an asshole.
The pilot made an announcement, and when a flight attendant asked for him to give it up, he refused. Pilot diverted the aircraft. Passenger was removed by law enforcement, and because of him, everyone had to suffer.
Boo.
You know how it goes.
This is your last chance. We'll get the lighter back, get to Phoenix, but at this point in time, if you do not give up the lighter, I will divert the aircraft to Denver.
Yeah, he was flicking it.
Yeah.
You know, trying to light it. And he wouldn't stop.
No.
He's just a dick.
Yeah. Just...
You're going to get your lighter back. I have rights. Constitution, First Amendment.
No, not on a plane.
Not on a plane. You ain't got no rights. We can chop your hands off.
Yeah, and now look.
Just people wasting everybody's time. I just so sick of it. Just tase that asshole.
Simply asked to give up the lighter.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was, in his 20s maybe? I don't know. Young kid.
Yeah, young, stupid.
Let the plane, the pilot ought to go say, I'm going to go back to the cockpit. I'm going to let some Delta Justice take care of this, or whoever the airline is. Then you all start wailing on him with a bag of soap bars.
I just don't understand. You're not getting to your destination.
Right.
Is not our final goal to get to the destination.
What's your top priority today? Hi, I'm taking a poll. We're sitting at the terminal. Okay, we're boarding. Hi, we're going to Cancun. What's your top priority today? To get the plane diverted to Amarillo? Oh, okay, great. It's a great idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Because Amarillo sounds like fun. What a dick.
I know.
God. And he's just sitting there and he keeps flicking it. There are no air marshals. They would have nailed that guy. An air marshal would have kicked that guy right in the throat.
It would have been so hard to not.
Yeah, get the plastic ties out.
All we needed was one person faster to just snatch it right out of his hand.
Right.
Snatch it right out of his hand.
And then there's a guy sitting right next to him, didn't know him. Then the passenger behind him, with the camera out. Yeah. So we could all enjoy the antics of this asshole. Thank God. But yeah, I don't understand it. I don't get it.
You're paying to be on the flight.
What? Yeah, you paid money to get somewhere. And now all of a sudden you don't want to get there. But we're halfway there.
Right.
We're at 35,000 feet. Listen, you did really good up to this point.
I know.
I don't understand. And he was arrested.
Yeah.
They cleared the plane and arrested him. Oh, man. Unbelievable.
It's just so... And then, like, I don't know, is it because... So the altercation started, so then, like, you have to dig your heels in even farther?
Yeah, right.
Like, now you can't back down?
Right.
Is that what it was?
That's how it goes. Big ego. I'm right. Everybody else on the plane's wrong. I'm going to keep it real, even if we get a land in wherever. But yeah, give him a lifetime ban. Don't let him fly on anybody else's airline. And so we can all enjoy, what these guys do. There's these little skits that they do. Let us enjoy it. And he can take the train or a bus or whatever. He can row his boat to Cancun. How long does it take to row a boat from...
I don't want to find out.
But you're in jail.
Right.
You're sitting in jail.
Right.
Because you were flicking a lighter because they told you to stop because you're not allowed to have them on an airplane.
Well, you are allowed to have them on an airplane.
You got to put them in checked baggage.
You just can't.
What are you doing? You didn't even follow the rule. There's not many rules. Keep your pants on. Don't strangle your passenger sitting next to you. Don't bring on a switchblade. Don't bring a lighter. Here, we'll even give you booze.
Yeah.
Here's some booze.
Yeah, cookie.
Don't scream bomb. Don't whip out nunchucks. Don't get out a hatchet. Just have some booze. Look, wine. Ooh.
It's not.
Here's a TV. Watch a show.
It is not that hard. It's really not that. You just got to sit there and shut up.
Why?
I can't figure it out, dude.
I got a problem with authority. I'm 18 and nobody tells me what to do.
You paid for the ticket.
Well, the people that were sitting around him were very strangely going along and being cool because, you don't want to be the guy to throw the punch and then you get kicked off and go to jail.
Yeah.
The guy could come back and probably go after you for assault. It's management's problem. But you'd think somebody would just stand up and go, look, dickbag, right. I don't get to go on vacation very long. You either hand that to me or three of us are going to take it.
Be like, don't you divert this flight.
I know. They're all thinking the same thing. We're almost there. No. Stubborn. And where did it divert to? Did you say Denver? I missed that.
So it's supposed to go from Kansas City to...
Kansas City. It's
supposed to go from Kansas City to Phoenix.
Yeah. But and you have to check those, right? Like a Zippo. You have to check that, I think.
No, you don't.
Oh, you don't have to check it?
No.
He just wouldn't stop flicking it.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. Not that tough.
And it was making... Whatever. Just... If the pilot effing tells you to do it, just do whatever the pilot tells you to do.
Look, I made fire in airplane cabin. Ooh.
The crew declared an emergency landing.
Carpet's probably highly flammable on every airplane. We just don't know it.
I don't know. It doesn't say where, though.
Although the one that flipped over in wherever, or was that Canada?
Yeah.
Nothing really caught on fire except the wing. Well, the wing was off the plane and on fire, but technicality. I don't get it. I don't understand it. We all know the rules. And by buying a ticket, you accept the rules, and the captain is God. The pilot is God on the airplane. Doesn't matter if you don't like it. You want to get where you're going? You paid for it. If you wanted to get dropped off in Denver, why didn't you just drive there?
It's just, we all agreed to the little rules.
There's not that many rules.
No.
You can actually just get on the plane hammered if you're halfway.
And then just sit down.
Yeah, just
sit down.
We'll fix your seatbelt. Bring you some water. Right. Pretzels. You like pretzels?
Right. Seriously.
Yeah,
okay. I'm agitated. I done agitated myself.
Can't. Just imagine that.
I know.
You get up at 1:30 in the morning to get to O'Hare to get on a plane to go to Cancun or Dominican. You had to pay the cat sitter hotel, all the baggage you paid for, all the excursions, and you're sitting in Denver because some asshole with a lighter wouldn't stop Isn't that something?
Yeah, that's why people lose their snit. That's how falling down happens, dude. You know?
Yeah.
That's how you end up at the whammy burger.
I'm sorry.
You know?
Yeah. So the air marshal thing, that's such crap. I mean, that should be handled on the airplane. Unless they don't want to, a melee to break out. I guess that's what they're afraid of. You're afraid that, he's got buddies and it's going to be a gang war at 35,000 feet.
Right. Devin says, I can't wait for the day we get the story where the dickhead gets put in place by the other passengers. When are we going to start policing ourselves if the airlines can't and there are no marshals?
Generally, for that to happen, somebody's got to be up and punching another passenger. And
right.
That's when you've got carte blanche to just knock his block off.
Right.
And that's where they
But I just wish somebody would have grabbed that dude's wrist and just yanked that lighter right out and handed it to the stewardess. Okay, are we treat him like the child he was acting like? If you're going to act like a 4-year-old, I'm going to treat you like one.
And then once the toy's taken away, the zip ties come out. And then we all get to go to Cancun.
For Christ's sake.
I just keep saying that because I want to go back to Cancun.
I know.
Except I don't want to make sure my timeshare is paid up so I don't get arrested.
Amen.
Replay today the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
DNA testing site 23andMe files for bankruptcy protection. We touched on this ever so lightly.
I like a little more pressure.
Oh. Popular DNA testing firm 23andMe, which is weird. I thought it was a website where I could actually hook up with a 23-year-old.
Nope, that's not what it is at all.
File for bankruptcy.
Sure, your wife's going to be pumped to hear about that.
I mean, hook up for pickleball. Why do you make it weird? Every single time. You instantly make it weird.
Nope, that's not what happens.
Filed for bankruptcy announced its co-founder and CEO, Ann Wojcicki, has resigned with immediate effect. The company will now attempt to sell itself under the supervision of a court, 23andMe. So the plans continue operating throughout the sale process, and there are no changes on the way. The company stores, manages, or protects consumer data, which people are probably a little worried about. They do the DNA search. Correct? Is that what the thing is here?
Well, it tells you your ancestry.
Right. Deputy Commissioner Stephen Bonner said the regulator are aware of the company's bankruptcy. Too late. They've already sold your information. They're going to start cloning you. Attorney General in 23andMe's home state, California, issued a consumer alert advising customers to delete their data from the site given a company's reported financial distress. 23andMe's saliva-based test kits were once celebrated among customers, which helped push the company's value as high as $6 billion. Here, lick this. I'll tell you who you're related to.
Pretty much.
September, the firm settled a lawsuit alleging it failed to protect privacy of nearly 7 million customers whose personal information exposed in a 2023 data breach. Some cases, hackers gain access to family trees, birth years, geographic location by using customers' old passwords. 2 months after the settlement, it cut 200 employees and money for 40% of its workplace. And 23andMe, which once had the high-profile endorsements of Oprah, Eva, Snoopy Snoop, struggled to redefine its business model. Customers did not have much to return once they had paid for the DNA report. Effort to launch a subscription service proved unsuccessful. I'm stretching. Efforts to use its massive trove of data to move into drug development also faltered. Oh, my.
Drug development.
We should go do some drug development. My house, your house. Van down by the river. Anyways, yada, yada, yada. Yada, yada, yada. If you gave your data to 23andMe, you also gave the genetic data of your parents, your siblings, your children, even distant kin who did not consent to that. Also, a DNA testing company called Atlas Biomed appeared to have ceased trading last year. Some customers were left with more questions than answers about what it meant for them. Yeah, it's the most valuable personal data you have. Right, it's me. It's my heartbeat.
No.
It's what's in my stomach.
Oh, my God.
It's my neurons. It's my soul. They have access to my soul.
I don't think that's what's happening, but okay. You're very dramatic.
So, wash it out. Delete what you can. I would maybe take a screenshot, delete what you can. And maybe Ancestry will buy it. Hey, you guys looking for some new DNA? Sell you mine. Anything else you've seen on this as far as information being stolen? Other information? Yeah. So far, it's all speculative, I think. 23andMe has secured all of their data. Deleting accounts won't affect the data they already have. You'd think somebody would scoop all that up. You'd think Ancestry would want that, too. I mean, aren't they the gold
you
standard?
Sign it all away when you send them your kit.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what data you're going to be deleting.
Yeah.
They already have it all.
Probably backed up in 6 servers somewhere.
It might make you feel good, but it doesn't matter none.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they still have your DNA on file, which was what you agreed to.
I'm trying to figure out if my DNA is old.
It's not as valuable as you think it is,
old
buddy.
And haggard. It's probably not worth $10.
I'm not sure what you're guarding it for.
I've never.
You gave it away free for a very long time.
Yeah. Yes. My DNA. Eskimo brothers. Good morning, everyone.
Now you're pretending like it's your most valuable resource. You need to calm down.
I'll tell you a story. It's probably not for air. It's a family show. I'll let you turn the radio off if the kids are in the car. Buddy of mine in town slept with the same 3 girls. There you go. I said it.
The same 3 girls?
Yeah.
That you did?
Yeah, me and a buddy. Oh. That's not bad.
No.
I mean, after how many years, how long have I been in this town? You know? A couple of years.
That's fine. I'm surprised we don't have a wiener cousin connection.
Oh. Oh, wee.
I do share. I am wiener cousins with people on staff.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Tell me.
No.
Who is it?
I'm not telling you. Not telling you.
It's not the Whopper lady, is it?
What? No. Ski?
Don't say the name. No, I'm trying to decide if it's worth getting freaked out about. I mean, your personal, like your Social Security and stuff, credit card, yes, but DNA, I don't know if that's like worth losing sleep over, is it?
Only if you're a murderer.
Yes, if your blood is on a knife somewhere, yeah, right.
So, no, I'm not.
Otherwise, it's just about your address and your Social Security and your credit card number.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, there's people that are like. I don't know. I'm not super conspiracy person about it all.
The only thing...
But if my DNA helps to lead to the arrest of some rapist or murderer somewhere, okay.
You think
that's cool.
They'd want to take DNA from Arnold Schwarzenegger and build a super army of dudes, not like us. You know, like we're not like a walking, living bioweapon.
Right, but they're not...
You know?
If they're going to make a super army of people, they aren't taking it from the 23andMe library. Okay? Y'all need to calm down.
I see your family tree is full of alcoholics, I see.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's probably true. All right, let me see what we have here. We have any takers? Hello, how's your DNA?
Once you get rolling, go for the colon.
Man, he likes you a lot. He's a big fan of yours.
Yeah.
Good morning. Morning.
Well, what do they do with that information? Who cares who my grandpa's grandpa was?
Well, right. I think it's what could happen down the road. I don't think we're there yet as far as weaponizing.
Or is it more sensitive because you have passwords and just your name and age and stuff?
Yes, exactly.
I mean, you're not giving them your social security number, are you?
No.
You give them your DNA. That's all they need. So what are they doing with that?
You got to pay for it. I mean, how are you going to pay for it? You're going to write a check or you get them your credit card number? They got your credit card.
Sure.
Unless you're using a fake name, are you a criminal?
So Well, no, that's what I'm wondering. What information are they getting? What's the dire?
No, they have your data. The point is they have your data. It's probably backed up and deleting
credit card, not the DNA.
Yeah, the deleting won't do anything. They've already got your stuff.
They're going to use the DNA to make a copy of our buttholes, Josh said.
So the problem is the credit card numbers got out, not the DNA.
I like that a lot. Well, yeah, I mean, unless there's a mad scientist out there that creates an army of buttholes. Yes, this is true.
Was at South Park, there was 5 butt chickens and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
The island of Dr. Moreau.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's the spitting butthole. That's the one you don't want to cross right there. That's
Connie said 23andMe also indicates if you carry genes for certain diseases, which insurance companies, if they got a hold of it, they could use it against you.
Brilliant, thank you. I was just about to say that before Connie checked in.
No, you weren't.
No, I wasn't.
You were on the butthole kick, dude. Thank you, Connie, for interjecting some.
NVIDIA is going to buy your DNA and create an army of buttholes. Yes. Somewhere at Area 51, there's a giant butthole.
We've made the perfect butthole.
It's a butthole with hands. It's got opposable thumbs.
You've really done it now. You can thumb your own butthole.
All right. It's brilliant. Wait, nobody will go to war because they're thumbing their own buttholes. See what I did there?
The JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe. Catch a new show every Monday through Friday, 6 till 10 a.m. on 94.1 JJO or streaming anywhere in the JJO app. Johnny and D. Nowhere but JJO.